Hey guys, welcome. Come on in here. Find your seat. I think today we're gonna freeze dry. One of my favorite things to freeze dry, and that's apples. Apples do amazingly well in the freeze dryer. They stay nice and crunchy, nice color. The flavor actually intensifies. You remove the water so it's not watered down. Like anything else, the more water you add, the less flavor you add. You're watering it down. So if you remove the water, the same thing, the flavor becomes stronger because you don't remove, any of the flavor. You're not removing anything but water. So let's get in here and see if we can't peel some apples. Sometimes I don't peel them. We'll go and take it as it comes. I'll decide. I don't even remember what we got. It seems like it was either Galas or Honeycrisp that we picked up. The other night I told y'all about us going by Aldi's, our favorite grocery store, when we was out of town, and that's another thing that we picked up while we was there, was some apples that was a whole lot cheaper than around the house here. So anyway, let's get in here and get something ready. I got a little automatic peeler. I don't know, for folks with two hands, it may not be any better or any faster, but for me, having one hand, it's a whole lot easier to peel and slice the apples, and they look really nice. They come out nice and uniform. But anyway, I'll show it to you. Pretty cheap. I don't remember this. I don't think this thing was over $15. I bought it at Rural King is where I bought it at. I think I've seen them at Tractor Supply too, over in their like preserving and canning area. And something else I wanted to tell y'all about. I'd heard through the grapevine that it was going to happen, that some of the Ace Hardwares and Tractor Supply and stuff was going to start carrying the freeze dryers from Harvest right in the stores. And sure enough, the other night I went at the chicken feed. I walked in the door, there it said a freeze dryer. A medium is like mine, sitting there by the door. There was some bags and different things there, for sale with it. And I didn't see any oil, and I actually was fixing to order some oil the other day. I need some oil to change oil in mine. And I asked the lady, and she got the manager, and he said, "Let me go see." He said, "There's a whole pallet of stuff came with it." And he came back with me 2 quarts of oil. And it was about $1 higher than it was online, but to get it in my hand that night, I paid the $1. So anyway, that's a good thing to know. They're selling the freeze dryers, and the price he quoted me, he said he thought was about $2,600. If that's so, guys, that's an exceptional good price for those things. That's probably the cheapest price I've seen on a new medium. And now the medium has 5 trays instead of 4 like mine, but the only difference is all they done was change the rack that goes in there and spaced it closer together, which is fine for doing food like I do, because I don't do hardly anything that swells up. But a lot of these candy makers think, "Ooh, he's got 5 racks," but it's not good for them because the stuff they do swells up, so it's really going to cause them a problem. They're better off with the old rack. But I'm sure it's just a little metal or aluminum rack. You could drill and move the little rack, stand up and down however you want to. It's not going to affect the machine, But anyway, let's get in here and see if we can't get some apples sliced up and get a load in the freezer dryer. I've got a load of eggs in the freezer, getting ready to go in the freezer dryer right now. So maybe we'll do these apples while those are getting ready. The apples will do pretty quick. Alright, let's go see what we can get into. They ended up being Galas, guys, and they're kind of small. For running through this machine, I like one a little bigger. I've locked the peeler back. This is the peeler, what wouldn't peel them. Since they're so small, but we'll go ahead and slice them and core them here if it'll work on these. Are small. go. This thing is just awesome. Let me grab us a knife over here. From this point here, guys, you just pull it off the core, stand it up over here, slice them in half, and you got all them halves like that. Back here I've got some cold water with a couple tablespoons of lemon juice squirted in there to keep them from turning brown until we get on to the next step, you know. Core there just pulls off. This has got a lever there where you can actually unlock it. There you go. Take your apple. I find it works better putting the small end here. I need to get my mother-in-law one of these. She's got some apple trees, and I've seen her sit and just peel apples for hours and slice them just like this. And I thought, well, I want to pick her up one of these. Now, as it gets up to it, there, slow down a little bit. But centered pretty good. Now, I find this thing, if you'll see here, it's just threaded, like a bolt or something, you know, with little spaced out threads. Sometimes if it's a firm apple and you try just cranking it, this little spring-loaded deal here will pop up off of it, and it won't work right. But if you'll keep just a slight inward pressure as you're screwing the crank, just a slight, not hard, but if you keep a slight inward pressure, it'll help it stay in track and stay spaced proper, you know. It's awesome. It sure makes it a lot easier, don't it, to slice up a whole bunch of perfect slices and the peel. Like I said, that if I set this thing here forward, it'll got a little knife here to lay against the apple as it goes across, and it'll actually peel it for us there. Me having one hand, it's easier for me just to crank this back out rather than tripping that little lever. That's pretty cool. I won't make y'all watch me do all of them. I'll get a few of them done here. I figured I'd try peeling one here, even though I think they're a little small to this, just to see how it goes so y'all can see it. Well, I guess it ain't. Seems to be doing just fine, don't it? There you go. It peels 90% of it anyway. That last ring it can't get to. There we go. Well, they're done, guys. I'm going to get this mess cleaned up. What I'll do is, before I put them on the trays, I'll lay them out on a clean, dry towel. And kind of, you know, tamp them a little bit and dry them off a little bit. Get rid of some of that excess water. And we'll get them loaded on the trays and put in the freezer dryer. There we go. We just dried them off a little bit. Placed them in the tray. They're ready to go. Okay guys, I don't know how well that's going to show up on camera, but I turned it on. It's saying system name, cooling vacuum chamber, wait 15 minutes before loading trays. The purpose of that, if you can see that upper right hand corner, it's got the countdown already started on time. And it says it's 76 degrees Fahrenheit inside the machine. What it does, it goes ahead and pre-cools it down. It'll be down around freezing when we load it up. I have the apples, all 4 trays are in the freezer getting pre-cooled right now. So, in about 15 minutes, we'll load them into this baby. Well, y'all can see it now, guys. It's saying it's 30 degrees. Load trays in the freeze dryer. And hit continue. That's what we're going to do. Alrighty. I brought the trays all over here from, I'm sorry about that. Get this pan in. You can see them good. When you turn your handle down, it'll stop right there. Come a little further and you can feel it click. She's locked down. Now it says load trays, close the drain valve, and hit continue. I've already closed the drain valve, so all I need to do is hit continue, and now it's already down to 27 degrees. So we'll hit continue. Now it says it's freezing to 26 degrees. What it'll do, it'll keep on freezing itself until it gets to like 38 to 40 below zero, and then it'll start freeze drying. So, I'm not sure, guys, how long this is going to take. I'm not usually putting them in there, you know, unfrozen. We've had them in the freezer, but only about 10 minutes just to keep them cooling, you know, while the machine was pre-cooling. I usually freeze mine for 24 to 48 hours before I put them in there. It makes it go a little faster. So we'll find out how long it takes to do apples that aren't pre-frozen together. I'm going to guess between probably 26 and 36 hours. But whatever, I will see you then. Alright guys, we've got those apples put away in the freeze dryer. I think I'm going to go out and check on the chickens. I'll video them a little bit for y'all. Y'all can see how they're doing. I had somebody ask me the other day how many hens we had now. Lord, I don't even know. It's about 50. But I got eggs too. I got 4 trays of eggs in the freezer. Now I'm getting them ready for the freeze dryer. So as soon as these apples come out, we'll be able to stick the eggs in right behind them and get another batch of eggs put away. I gave a bag to some of the neighbor guys down there that lives across from my son yesterday. They want to know if I had any eggs. I said, "Bud," I said, "I don't have any fresh eggs." I said, I've done away with all of them, getting them ready for the freeze dryer. I said, "But what are you going to do with them?" He laughingly said, "Eat them." I said, "Well, how do you eat your eggs usually?" I said, "You fried eggs, scrambled." He said, "Most of the time." I said, "Well, if you want them for scrambled eggs or omelet or to put in something else, I said, I've got plenty of eggs. I said, I'll bring you a bag of eggs. That way y'all can try them and see what you think about it. Because they're awesome. And, anyway, I took a bag down there and sent it over there with my grandson. And yesterday I went down and was talking to my son a little while. And fooling around with an old 12 gauge I got with putting a sight on it. Getting it ready to shoot slugs. I don't know if I mentioned that, but me and him are going on a hunting trip. We've been invited up to Arkansas to my cousin's place right after Christmas, and we're going to go. I hadn't been hunting in over 20 years, deer hunting. I used to really love the hunt. Not necessarily the kill, but the hunt. You know, I stayed in the woods all the time. And bought my first grocery store, and that kind of put an end to that. Working 7 days a week for the next 20 years. Anyway, we're going to go out and hunt. So, there in Arkansas, you can no longer use a deer rifle. You know, I mean, it's probably going to be that way everywhere before long. I mean, places get more congested, you know. They just feel it's better for people not to use those high-powered long-distance rifles. It's not a bad idea, I don't guess. I mean, you know, there is some places still got good fields and stuff where we can hunt, but your average hunting place is, you know, thickets, woods. Folks on it is not a good place to use a high-powered rifle. There's too many people that hunt that don't realize, you know, there's woods, yeah, but there's only 600 yards across there. There's a home on the next road over, and yes, it's a very, very small chance that bullet would ever make it through the woods that far. But you know what? Somebody wins the lottery every week around here. So there is a chance. So let's not take that chance. You know, I've always paid attention to my backstops and made sure that if I was shooting a gun that could go that far, that, you know, had a proper backstop. But anyway, let's get into some chicken. Do you want to? Well, I was talking about the eggs that I didn't finish. I got sidetracked when I thought about deer hunting. I got sidetracked. But anyway, Nate, gentleman's name, he saw us over there talking last night, sitting in front of the fire, and he come over, hung out with us for a few minutes. But anyway, he said the eggs were awesome to him, just like fresh eggs. I've been telling you guys. I know everybody can't afford to just go out and spend, you know, $2,600, $2,800 on one of these machines, $3,000, whatever size you want to get, but the investment, I mean, used proper, there's so many things you can save, you know, I mean, say if there's just 3 of you and you cook a big pot of soup and nobody wants to eat it for leftovers the next night, you know what? You can pour it in those trays, stick it in your freeze dryer. You can get it out 2 weeks from now. They won't even realize they're eating the same soup. You get it out and add it back to a little water, warm it up on the stove, and they'll think you made them another batch of soup. Well, I like this soup stuff, Dad. I'm glad you made some more. Yeah, that's good. Because you can't tell the difference. Alright, let's go see the chicken. Well, I came out here to let y'all see the chicken. That pup's at the back gate sees me out here with the chickens, and he wants to play with the chickens. I just threw him a handful of feed out here where they'd all gather together. They usually stay scattered all over the backyard, side yard. Well, that's enough about them chickens. I hear that freeze dryer in there beeping. That means it's saying it thinks it's done. Let's go check on them. Them chickens out there, It's a mess, boy. I'm telling you. When you got that many of them, we actually got rid of quite a few here a while back. We hatched off a whole bunch, so of course there's always going to be about half roosters. But we had about 27, I think, roosters we got rid of. And I can see now there's still about 3 more we need to get rid of. Some of them you can't tell till they're a little more mature, if it's female or male. But I see we missed 2 or 3 that we need to get rid of. So, and them cotton picking things, there's not much out there in the yard for them to eat now, as far as bugs and stuff goes. I think I'm gonna pin them back up for most of the winter, and just keep them on the laying mash. As soon as we get a little grass growing back, we'll which we need water. We need rain more than the temperature to get our grass going. The reason our grass died back is the lack of rain, not because it's been too cold. It hadn't been cold enough to kill the grass. But we ain't had much rain this fall. So I think I'm gonna pin them up for a while. Maybe get them used to staying off my truck. I can't keep them off my truck, off the boat. Trying to come in on the porch. It's everywhere. If they knew what I've been doing all day, they'd be nicer to me and stay off my truck. I've been processing 30 pounds, nearly a chicken leg quarters. I videoed one batch of it there for you guys. Actually, it's probably come out before this video does. I was having to wait on this freeze dryer to finish this one up. But let's get in and check on the freeze dryer. Y'all want to? Okay, guys, don't know how good y'all can see it there, but it says process is complete. It's 32 hours. You guys can see they look just like they do when you put them in there. Here's snap. Pretty awesome. Appreciate you guys watching. As usual, if you would please share and give the video a thumbs up, or if you got anything out of it, be interested in freeze dryers. They are carrying them in our local Tractor Supply now at a good price. If you're interested, this is some good eating to me. Like I said, these galas weren't real sweet. It's actually sweeter now than it was. Before I done it, because it pulls that moisture out and leaves the sugar behind. It's not watered down. Broke these up pretty bad in this bag. I put them in there, ran them through that vacuum chamber sealer, and I forgot to turn it down. It sucked them in so hard that it busted a bunch of them. Of course, they'll eat just as good. Alright guys, I'm out of here. Please like and subscribe. Like I say, if you ain't got no friends to share with your enemies. Thanks. Love you guys.